What I have to realize is that this carnivore lifestyle is quite unlike anything anybody will undertake. Because you find yourself having to, you're thinking in terms of the education that we've had from food companies and nutritionists, you find that you have to do a hairpin sort of motion in terms of the education.
Never gonna stop now, baby.
Hi, everybody. So we'll start with the photographs. Here they are. So I don't quite know what you're going to get out of those photographs. I need to look at them a little bit more in depth. I do see that there's a lot of the weight that's lifted from here, from the top. Can it be from the ass? But anyway, I'm going to put in my spreadsheet, my updated spreadsheet. Now, I did have a gain this week. Okay, so it was only 200 grams. I don't understand. As you can see, I've lost, 2.5 centimeters off my waist. That's not a bad thing. Sorry, flies. And I've lost a centimeter off my hips. It's been a nutty week. I've done driving that I haven't done before, like as much driving. I've done more driving this week than I have since I've been up here, I suppose. I'm not going to lie, I kind of expected more. I expected a loss on the scales, but what I have to realize is that this carnivore lifestyle is quite unlike anything anybody will undertake. Because you find yourself having to, you're thinking in terms of the education that we've had from food companies and nutritionists, you find that you have to do a hairpin sort of motion in terms of the education. My husband, for instance, is finding it quite difficult because he trained to be a chef. So his ideas of nutrition are like, Case in point now, this last week, he was in and out of hospital with kidney stones. We're still going through the motions of that one, but it's very quickly dawned even on him that the diet in this house has to change. And he is doing what I'm doing. He's carnivore, but not quite as hardcore as me, I suppose, but the mindset is there. So, like, for instance, he said, I already know what I want to eat for dinner tonight. He said, right now, he said, I feel like I could devour a whole barbecue chicken. And I said, well, if that's what you want, you go for it. Eat till you're full and that's it. You'll be good. As for me, he said, what do you want for dinner? I said, steak. I want steak. I'm trying to sort of figure out what went wrong this week. I mean, it could be as simple as because of the movement, things are turning into muscle. There could be that. Pretty sure I've been okay with my electrolytes. I could be wrong. I didn't do my ketone strip this morning. I'll do it this afternoon. Quick little video. Here's the ketone strip. So I'm definitely in ketosis. definitely in ketosis. So I just, I know that something's going, I have a feeling there's been too much white meat. I've been very into the pork belly for breakfast. Now that in itself is fine, but I don't think it will serve me well having pork for dinner as well, or chicken for dinner. There has to be that beef in the diet at least once a day. That's what my thinking is. But I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to look at, because there are videos out there talking about if you're not losing weight on carnivore, here are some reasons why that might be the case. So I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd have to do that kind of research for about 2 or 3 months, because every other diet, every other lifestyle change that I've been on, that sort of gain, however small, has not happened until months down the track. So, but I also have to acknowledge that this lifestyle is not quite like every other lifestyle that we've come to know. So I had a bit of a moment because I didn't expect to gain anything in the 3rd week. But I very quickly turned that around to, okay, you know what? It was a gain. It's fine. I lost centimeters in various places. And there's also that feeling of how I feel, the benefits that I've got from the carnivore diet on a physical level. I'm actually going to dispense with the daily vlogs and crunching them into one video. I've already made a, see if I can find it. It's here somewhere. Here we go. So I've already got a whole page worth of the changes that I've experienced whilst being on this carnivore diet in 3 weeks. And I mean, the first one that cropped up was was on day 4, which was the easing of the pain. I want to talk about these changes a little more in depth, and I think they bear talking about. Yeah, so I mean, even my husband's on board, and the kids, looks like they are too. My youngest started school, the school term, the school year this morning. He sent me a message last night. He said, Mum, would it be okay if I made myself some pork belly for my breakfast? And I said, knock yourself out. He said, how many can I have? I said, I have 4. I said, the only thing I ask is just don't waste them. Please don't waste them. And he said, well, whatever I don't eat for breakfast, I'll put in a container and munch on it in a break or something. And I said, yep, that's fine. You do that. You just couldn't hope for more, you know, than, because I've been sitting here this week and with all the things I've found out about kidney stones and the possibilities of the things that cause those things, I've been sitting here going, well, why should I be the only one in this house reaping the benefits from that? And, you know, early on, I was thinking, yeah, there's going to be some tough conversations about food that comes into this house. But it turns out my husband, he got to that epiphany, if you like, while he was in hospital. And if that was because of what he saw in terms of changes in me in the first 3 weeks, if all he needed was those 3 weeks and the changes I went through and put that together with the information that I know, then I've done my job. Because he has since thrown out all the sugary drinks. He's gotten rid of all the chips, the crap, the sweets, the this, the that, the other. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to lose weight like I do. But, you know, it's not, this carnivore diet is not just about the losing of the weight. It's the inflammation. It's the things that all these horrible lectins and oxalates and what they do to your body. It's just criminal that these things are being fed to us as healthy. It's like, just stop. But yeah, I mean, that's been my week, and this is just the way in. I'm going to talk more about the benefits that I've gone through in another video during the week, because I really, really want to do that. I really want to talk about those things, because I think it's important that, 3 weeks in, these are the things that I've experienced, the changes, the positive changes that I've had, and that needs to be a video on its own. And that is what I'm going to do, basically. So, okay, so a 200-gram gain, but you know what? The scales of education outweigh the scales of, how can I put it? The scales of education and the scales of the benefits that I've received physically far outweigh the 200-gram gain. That's just my opinion. That's just because it can't just be about those numbers on the scales. It can't be. It just can't. And I can't allow it to be. It has to be about the benefits I've received on a physical level. It has to be what it's done for me on a mental health level. My fog is lifting. Still not lifted, but it's lifting. I'm having to think differently because my brain is clearer, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So that means my mental health now is getting better, but I still have a long way to go. And, while this fog is lifted, I've got to learn how to navigate these things on a mental level in a different way. So all of that outweighs, to me, the 200 grams that I've put on. So I will leave it there for now, my darlings. And as always, please be kind to those around you. But oh boy, please be kind to yourself, because that is so important. So important.